Hey mini enthusiasts, how are you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're all well and I hope you're having a great day. So, it's time for an unboxing. I've been spending money, blowing the budget on Project Bruce. So I've had to order some essentials. I'll talk through them as we go. It's mainly body panels and I've bought all of this stuff from Ball Motif Minis. The reason being actually is I ordered a door skin off them for Project Sprout when I reskinned the door. I was in a bit of a rush. I couldn't get one anywhere else. I ordered them from Ball Motif and it come through so well packaged that I thought I'll use them again for panels if they pack them up that well, because panels tend to, if they're not packed nicely, they do end up getting damaged in the post. So let's have a look what we've got and I'll talk through some rationale of why I went for these panels. Like I say, they really do tend to package stuff up well, so fingers crossed there won't be no damaged panels when we take it out. So that is an offside front wing. So as you can guess, I've ordered a complete front end for the car. It's what year is Project Bruce? 1983. So it doesn't have side repeaters. So obviously you need to make sure that when you're ordering front wings, if you get a later car, you need to make sure it's got the side repeater holes. And if it's an MPI Mini, the headlamp cutout is slightly different. Now you will notice straight away these are not heritage panels. I thought these were, I just assumed they were Magnum panels, but these are, certainly that wing is not a Magnum panel. I will talk about my rationale behind why I didn't go heritage panels in a moment. So these panels there, is it Rebo? R-H-I-B-O. I've never heard of that before. They don't look bad, to be honest. A few scratches. Tends to be, the issues you get is around these folds around here. And this one, yeah, it's not fantastic. That's going to want dollying out a little bit before it goes on. Like I say, I will explain my rationale behind non-genuine panels in a minute. I've noticed with Ball Motif as well, the big panels always come in push bike boxes. They must have a bit of a deal with a bike shop nearby. But they're quite good boxes to be sending panels in anyway. So the first thing out here you'd have seen in the previous video is the offside front floor pan. This is a Magnum panel. You'll notice it's got no e-coat on it or anything like that. That is just it's just bare metal. Yeah, it does feel, it is slightly greasy, oily to the touch, so they must spray something on it to preserve it. Oh, and I will just mention as well, obviously I don't think you can get heritage repair panels like this, but they certainly do a cheaper repair panel and a slightly more expensive one. From, I think this was about 30 quid, or you could get one for about 24, but the pressing didn't look as good of the cheap one. And again, this is kind of, it's not e-coated or anything, but it's definitely got a coating of some sort of rust inhibitor on it. And then here we have a pair of seals. They are 6 fluted seals. Again, these are Magnum seals. They don't look that bad actually. Again, they're not e-coated. I know Magnum panels in the past typically were e-coated, or they had that black coating on them. Now they just seem to come bare. probably the biggest part, is the front panel. Again, I'm assuming this is Magnum. Yeah, I'm assuming that's Magnum. Again, the bit to look out for is these corners here. It's always just, it's the way they're pressed. It's not quite perfect. Definitely some fettling needed. Around this corner here, it's a bit creased actually. That'll want filling, that will. But this is what you tend to find with Magnum panels over Heritage. I mean, Heritage ones are not perfect either, but they are much better pressings and better quality. But like I say, I'll explain my rationale behind that in a minute. So there we go, front end. And then I can't quite remember, I've got some other bits. That's everything out of that box, small items. What else did I order? Aha, yes, so put a set of points and a rotor arm, no, set of points and condenser, and a choke cable. So yeah, just little bits I needed. Oh, I knew there'd be some more bits in here. A-panels, so I've got a pair of A-panels. I think actually only one side of the A-panel is doing. And I think I'll replace both sides, just because why not? It's quite handy actually, because Ball Motives do front ends, they do it as a kit. So the kit comes with front panel, front wings, and a pair of A-panels, and then they do genuine Heritage ones, or they do Magnum. You get a choice. But as I've said a couple of times, the rationale behind going non-genuine, because you know me, everything I've done before has always been genuine, you know, no expense spared. Like I said, this car, I'd be going against the title of the video if I spent out on genuine panels, wouldn't I? It's meant to be a budget restoration, and by budget, I won't go to the lengths of cutting corners, you know, not doing stuff properly. But where there are savings to be had, I need to stick, or I need to try and keep the budget down. And the difference in pricing of panels is so substantial that I just can't justify the cost of putting Heritage panels on it and then still trying to keep it as a budget build. I'm very, very conscious that although I bought the car relatively cheap, I've still got a lot to do on it. So complete front end. I think I'm going to have to do repairs inside the boot. I think well, almost certainly I need to put a rear subframe in it. So, you know, even though I've got it cheap, it's very, very easy to get carried away and get it to the point where it becomes too expensive and owes you too much money. Now, that's not a problem on the Minis I've done before that I'm keeping. So, PL, Sprout, TARDIS, if I know I'm going to keep them for a bit, you can justify spending a little bit more. But definitely this project will be sold at the end. And like I said, I'm not in it for making money. And one of the reasons I say that is purely because I don't think there'll be money in it. I don't think I'll be able to restore it back so it's in good condition. And there's still to be a decent margin in it. I think by the time I've done everything, you know, the sum of parts and buying the car in the first place will be what it's worth. So anyway, I'm waffling on, aren't I? The difference, so all those panels, so the complete front end, the floor pan repair section, the pair of seals, so front panel, pair of wings, pair pair of seals, pair of A panels, front floor pan come to £343. If I were to buy those parts in heritage panels, genuine heritage panels, even on offer, even on the offer price, it would have cost me £625. The difference being £282. So it would have cost me £282 more to go with heritage panels. You know, not far off being twice the price. So that is why I've done it. And for me as well, it's kind of a bit of an experiment. I know those panels are going to be harder to fit. I know they're going to need fettling. I know they're going to need maybe, you know, a bit of dollying, a bit of repairing, you know, even maybe a little bit of filler here and there to get the perfect shape where the pressings are not fantastic. But I think the overall cost justifies it. And like I say, in the back of my mind, I'm just really conscious that, you know, that's the first big amount I spent on the car. And I'll probably get the same when I get to the rear subframe. The difference between non-genuine and genuine subframe is substantial, you know, almost twice the price. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the rear subframe. I might try and find a good used second-hand one and then send that off to be shot blasted and powder coated and go down that route rather than fitting a non-genuine one, because I really don't like fitting non-genuine things like subframes. Panels are cosmetic and you can fettle them and get them to look nice, but rear subframes, yeah, I don't think so much. So I think that's it for this update by way of a bit of an unboxing. I need to put the totals in, so let's do that. So adding on all these new panels, what has been spent so far, including the purchase price of the car, this is what the car now owes me. And yeah, it doesn't look too bad at the moment, but like I say, there is still a long way to go with this. And this price here doesn't include any labour or anything like that. My labour is my labour, it's just my time. And when I sell the car on, I don't think I'm going to get that back. But the whole idea of doing this project was doing some content for the channel, and I almost wanted to do something, and I really like this idea that at the end of this car will go to a subscriber, and like I say, they'll be able to put their finishing touches to the car. So I'm just going to get it to the point where it's road legal, roadworthy, and it's straight and solid, and then hopefully someone else can then take it away and put their mark on it. So hope you've enjoyed this video, and have a great week. Cheers.